EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Houston Texans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard. Line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Houston Texans, Charles, they had that 0-3 start, and then they got hot. And I don't know, maybe it's because of that slow start. Is that why we're not hearing as much about them as a contender this year?
I think that is a huge part of it. In addition, Kansas City's been so exciting and winning a lot of games. New England is New England, and they play high-profile games and win them. The Chargers, they've been on the scene a little bit because Philip Rivers is so recognizable. And, of course, Pittsburgh now getting back in form. So you're right. When they were 0-3, they were pretty much buried. But remember what their quarterback, Deshaun Watson, said at that time. We're going to get this thing right. Don't jump on the bandwagon then.
And got his man complete. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 42 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Watson now on second down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
To throw is Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. Flushed out right. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Throw left side complete. It's Griffin. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18.
Reset.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Watson hands this to Foreman. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Richmond.
A shotgun snap for Watson. The catch made by Miller. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe
trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He finds Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They'll run here with Freeman. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Richmond. Green the line. Tiger.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 44 yards. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brooks Reed. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Come back.
From the gun, here's Watson. And that's incomplete. Robert Alford that time on the great coverage.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete.
Falcons coming back out here onto the field. This has been a team that's had an interesting season. The rough start, then they picked it up some. As you look in your crystal ball going forward down the stretch, what do you see for the Falcons?
Well, I think on the surface you would think the injuries are just too much to overcome on the defensive side of the ball. But the way they've been playing recently, they put everything on the offense and just asking the defense to do just enough. And the offense is really giving them great play because Matt Ryan can throw to Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, the rookie Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith running it and catching it. They're starting to put up points in big numbers and making people chase them each and every game.
And they may want to start to pad some wins now because 3 of their last 4 in the regular season are on the road, including trips to Green Bay and Carolina.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Charles, I want to go in a different direction for a second, talk about Le'Veon Bell, because the November 13th report date has come and gone. He's still not with the Steelers. Now, the good news, though, Le'Veon Bell not there, but James Conner has been good in his stead.
He certainly has, and we have to think now that maybe we won't see Le'Veon Bell in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform, ever again. And that's for another day. He's not there. You just hit it, though. James Conner, this Pittsburgh team has really elevated its game around James Conner, playing awfully well. He's playing well. And I think there's a certain sense when you watch them that they all want to prove something to Le'Veon Bell, that they can play well without him. And so far, it's working.
And James Conner, he's an easy guy to root for.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Ready, 25, left, 11. 41's coming, 41's the mic.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Eluding the pressure, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley in the final seconds of the first half, and the Falcons will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook, but even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Falcons. As his guys are in for 6, and the Falcons will extend their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Richmond. Tiger. 2-jet.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets the
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway here on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. First down, Ryan. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this throw will be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Following the interception, Cousins. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped how the guy can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Cousins able to connect with Treadwell for a Minnesota first. First down. Here's Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Brooks Reed in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Second down, Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Throwing, Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Ready! Ready!
They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tackle made by Everson Griffin.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons.
Devontae Freeman, 74 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Charles, as Minnesota takes the field here, let me get your thoughts on what you think of them coming down the stretch. The 1-3 start. We talked about their start last year, too. But is this a team that is being overlooked by others in the NFL right now?
I don't think so. I think that the teams that they're playing know how capable the Vikings are, and they realize that not only is the defense starting to get back to what they were last season, but that Kirk Cousins getting more and more comfortable with the weapons he has at his disposal. I think maybe we in the media on the outside are overlooking them a little bit because they've taken some losses to some significant teams so far this season. But I think down the stretch, you mentioned their start last year. They were 2-2 to start last year, 1-3 this year. They know how to put together a string, and this team could be dangerous come December.
Yeah, they've looked a lot better since that 1-3 start.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Flush to his right. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down. Cousins on first down. Going deep for Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 37 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Extra point try by Bailey. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready, blue 80. 21. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Got it. White 25.
On third down, Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 4th down conversion plays. You usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that. Securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move as they face a 2nd down here. Here's Ryan. Throwing deep here for Coleman. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Ryan to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Well, week 12 in the NFL, also Thanksgiving week, and 3 games on Thanksgiving. We know about Chicago and Detroit, Washington, and Dallas. Don't forget about the 3rd and final game on Turkey Day, just as the early Black Friday shoppers are lining up. Atlanta and New Orleans.
And those Black Friday shoppers will be throwing serious elbows about the time this bad boy kicks off. Now, think about this weekend, or think about this Thanksgiving. It has the feel of a college rivalry weekend, doesn't it? Every game.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Cousins now on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. On 3rd down, Ryan. Flushed out right. He finds Coleman. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the gun, Ryan escaping the pressure right. And Jones has it over the middle. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
39. Gun, gun, gun. 36.
Now Ryan on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Ready! 25!
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Ben Gideon in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Ready! 21! Gun! Hey, gun! 21! 10:52, 11!
From the gun, Ryan. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already showed in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Final play of the half, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Lucky 50. Liz 50, here we go.
A first down throw for Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Cousins. He completes it to Treadwell. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Cousins from the gun on third. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Deion Jones in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be fourth down. Fourth down, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. They'll run with Cook. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Second down, Cousins. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Third and goal for Cousins. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now on the afternoon. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Touchdown, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play.
Left! Gun! 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 Sound! Ready! We're ready! Bring it! Bring it!
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Anthony Barr in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Ready! Ready! Left! Hey, let's go! Ready, go!
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph, 42 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Bailey now for the extra point. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Gun! Wait!
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, and even 40 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Ryan now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10.